Okay, we're rolling.
Rolling.
Mm.
Damn it, I was gonna do that. Jackass. Fine, I'll do.
Welcome to Movie Goblins, where spoilers are on the table and Skeksis are fucking gross. I'm Noel, and across the table from me is...
I'm Ben.
Okay. I was just like waiting for you to say something, but I was just like...
Well, my whole joke was gonna be that moaning, but you took it from me. Jackass. I was preparing my whole life for that moment.
We watched some movies today.
Shock, I know.
Yeah.
Surprise.
The first of which was
our first documentary.
First documentary in the annals of in the vault of
Say anal?
Annals.
Oh, I think
Your dyslexia.
Indie Game the movie.
Indie Game the movie. So yeah, how'd you find out this? Because this was your find.
Yes.
Then, so how did you find out about it?
Let's see. I want to say. I think I just saw. I think it was on Netflix for a little bit. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, Netflix had some like really weird stuff initially when they like did like instant like when they did like streaming stuff initially. Like they had like 3 Godzilla movies on there.
Oh, that was and they had they
were just all over the place. They didn't This was way before originals and stuff like that. So
I want either that or I think I just saw it. I think someone uploaded it to YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like engrossed by it just by the authenticity of it and the creativity of it. I just remember really liking it.
So since it's your pick, I thought you could just do away with not do away with, but like just like get it
like the plot.
It's like what's exactly the narrative here?
Okay, so Indie Game the movie is split up into 3 sections, kind of.
That kind of like jump back and forth,
right?
Between each other.
So the whole film is about making indie games, surprisingly. So there's the guy who already is a success, the guys who are about to release their game, and the guy who's still working on his game. So it's like 3 different
stages.
Yeah, like points of reference. So there's Jonathan Blow who made the game Braid, who became like it was huge. Like Soldier Boy even was playing it and making fun of it.
Yeah, it's like, this game is stupid. You don't do nothing but go back in time and stuff.
Yeah, you just jump up shit.
Just jump up shit. That's all you do.
Says the guy who's a one-hit wonder. But so he made the game Braid, which is one of the
don't diss Soldier Boy. He made a game console.
Did he?
No.
Oh, did
he slapped his name on a game console and just like called it his own, and even though it was just like it was like a off-brand Chinese thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but you go ahead. Yeah.
I did not know that. Then there's Ed McMillan and Tommy. Can't think of his last name.
Just Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's fine. They made Super Meat Boy, which is about a boy with no skin.
So basically, I heard about Super Meat Boy like all throughout like the ages of like just like being like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I'm not much of a gamer, so I didn't like understand like that was initially a Flash game. Well, I understood that, but I was just like I never had Steam, so I was never able to play it myself. So did you ever get into playing it or?
No, I think I bought it on Xbox Live. And I played it for a little bit, but it just wasn't my kind of game. Because it's just a platform base. It's just A to B. It's fun. It has a good soundtrack. Okay. It's like a really rockin', like rock kind of thing going on, but it's like,
Yeah. Okay.
And the third guy is the sad tale of Phil Fish.
Phil Fish, yeah.
Yeah, and his game Fez, which...
Fez, yeah.
He went like insane. I feel bad for him, but yeah, so he's been working on his game from the point of view, like when the film starts. It's been like in making it for like 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Yeah. And people are like, "Where's the game?
Where's the game, bro?
Where is it? Fuck you."
And it turned this whole hate Phil Fish league, basically, where it's just like, we're just gonna do nothing but hate on this guy and tell him to kill himself, basically.
So it's the internet, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil. Yeah, we can talk about it a little later, but like Phil. I mean, spoiler alert for real life. He did actually make Fez and release it, which I love that game. That game's great. And I love Fez's too. But
they're a cool like little hat.
I love. Yeah, they're so cute. Yeah, so it's just them trying. Well, two of them are trying to just finish this game, like killing themselves trying to do it.
Yeah, working day and night.
And then like Phil Fish is dealing with legal troubles with his ex-partner, not romantic partner, but business partner.
Yeah,
and Jonathan Blow's like, yeah, I'm depressed.
Jonathan Blow is just like that. They like at one point in the movie, he's like they're praising it, but not for the reason I thought they would. That depresses me.
Yeah, I know his parts of the movie have become kind of a meme.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because the whole film's about being an artist and trying to make your vision no matter what.
Yeah.
But his parts, I think he's kind of known as being like a pretentious kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
So like him talking about like they didn't understand it, and then cuts between Soldier Boy like calling it fucking stupid or whatever. And like his outline against the sky is just like that part. So this film, I mean, if you're a gamer, it'll probably help too. If you're like interested.
Yeah. I'm not much of a gamer. That still engrossed me, you know.
I like certain kinds of games. I like Zelda and Portal and not so. I like Mario. I like Sonic, but I'm not like a platformer really.
Okay.
But again, that's not really why I love this movie. It's more about the idea of just doing what you want to do, even if you kind of hate it.
yeah, exactly.
And it's just like because you're just so passionate.
Because
about it.
Tommy, more than anyone else, just isolates himself from like society. Basically,
Tommy's
he eats at like a Waffle House at like 4 a.m. You know, takes the insulin shot and just like
who hasn't done that? I remember one time I woke up and I was like, I want to go to a Waffle House, but there's none in Wisconsin, so I walked to Florida.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, this is not very good waffles, and I flew home.
And I was
like, this is not worth it. But yeah, I remember watching it around 2014.
Okay.
And this came out, I think, 2012.
Gotcha.
And I just remember being so inspiring, just like, especially, there's a line by Edmund toward the end of the film, like, he's almost crying. He's talking about how, like, what he really loved is the idea that some kid is going to be inspired by his work.
Yeah.
And like, damn, that really
fucking
A, bro. He's a cool guy.
Edmund's cool. He's my favorite person. Like, he's my favorite subject in the movie.
Of the four, he's definitely like the heart of it. Cause overall, I mean, he gets depressed, but he's not like
down the dumps about it.
I mean, he has a wife that probably helps. And cats, but yeah, like Tommy's just like
he's just kind of he can be an insufferable creature sometimes.
And he's just anxious. He's
just an anxious person.
And like, well, one thing about the film is that the Meat Boy guys have to finish the game in like a month.
Yeah. So that would be
Tommy is like just programming, doing nothing else. Like he wakes up, he puts like something in the microwave,
and then he programs. Yeah.
So like,
that's insane.
I go insane doing that too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and then it's.
But Edmund talking about like his experiences, like how personal his games are.
Yeah.
And
like the one with
the vagina, with the dick's trying to penetrate the vagina.
Don't explain that.
Okay,
just leave it to the imagination.
Just leave it to the imagination.
Watch it to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but just like other than that, like his games are very personal. They're based on like his childhood and experiencing like just like those anxieties and just like those sicknesses as a kid. It's just like. It's very touching. Yeah. It's very heartwarming to like have that come to fruition with Meat Boy, you know.
Yeah, and I know there was like an extended, like a special edition DVD of this that came out. I'm not buying it because it's probably expensive, but excuse me. He talked about his next game, which was The Binding of Isaac, and how if you've never played The Binding of Isaac, it's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Like this kid's mom hears God and say, "Hey, kill your son," because of the story of Isaac in the Bible.
Because she bows down to televangelist, basically.
Yeah, and then she takes his son's clothes off and he runs into the the basement, and he goes on like a Zelda dungeon theme quest with shit monsters.
Yeah,
but he talked about how like even that game, like his parents or his mom was very religious. Like she's born, like they're all drug addicts and they were born again Christians, and how in that because like he would go to like Sunday service and read the Bible. It's like they have magic in the Bible. There's monsters.
Yeah, and
that kind of like evangelical thing got into The Binding of Isaac, which. That's I love Zelda kind of games, and that game it's really hard, but it's very fun. Yeah, and then Tommy, we don't really go into the past of many other people.
No, it's mainly Edmund.
Edmund is like the artist.
Yes,
like he designs and makes the art for the game, while Tommy actually programs. Phil Fish does it all himself.
Yeah, the madman.
He's like, I like Tetris, so I just make everything Tetris, and I make everything super detailed. Which, I mean, good on him. Like, Fez is a beautiful game.
Just from looking at it, it seems like a beautiful game.
There's like a library world, like everything's like library books, and there's like...
That's insane, how like one person did that. Well, I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, him and like one other guy, but... Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's unique to hear their perspective on game design, because we're not super big gamers.
No.
But him talking about how, like, all right, in Meat Boy, the first few levels are showing you, like, the mechanics.
Yeah.
And how, like, because there's no power-ups in the game. It's just obstacle courses. And that's unique. I like him talking about, like, yeah, so this game where, like, time travel was a mechanic, but it wasn't used that well, so, like, I'll use that. And then it shows how, like, his early prototype, how it matches with the final game very well. I don't know. That stuff is interesting to me, but to me, why I love it is just
the passion that is put into like making these games possible. Yeah,
and just like this is what we want to do.
And there's no other reason. Like they wouldn't do this if they didn't feel like that was their purpose to do it. You know.
Yeah.
It was like that was all like really that was just what they loved, and in the end they kind of a little bit of them hated it, in the end because of like just how much labors they had to put into it. I mean, but
if you ask like even like a filmmaker who does it on his own, he's like,
it's like
filmmaking is a fucking terrible thing.
So I've almost fallen out of love with some film, like with filmmaking, because of like just like how hard it could be sometimes. You know, it's hard, especially when editing with like a computer that has like limited space and stuff, where your ambitions get beyond like the power of the engine.
Push forward, Noah.
Yeah, I did. I finished the project too.
Good. Like you just cut off your arm and sell that. Bam, get a better computer. Learn to type with one hand. But I like because I know like at the end it starts off with this narration by Jonathan Blow about. God, I wish I wrote it down, but like. About being an artist or whatever. And I remember that really sticking with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's to me it's just a very inspiring movie. I really like how it's shot. I like the music.
Yeah, it's a very nice shot movie.
Yeah.
It's not there's nothing like eye popping about it, but it's just like you know,
it's pleasant.
It's pleasant to look at.
It's not really meant to be like
it's meant to be about the subjects themselves.
David Attenborough.
No.
Imagine it was narrated by David Attenborough.
Type in it's like
the nerds type in their computer without any way.
The nerds sit at the computer and eat their egg sandwiches.
I'd pay to see that. Hey, David, can you narrate this movie? But yeah, it's hard to find too.
Really?
Yeah, like a physical copy of it.
Can you find it anywhere else on streaming or?
I'm sure you can find it like on Amazon or something.
Okay.
But like one a physical DVD, like the one I have.
You told me it was like $8.
Yeah, I was like really because it was out of print, and I emailed some people and like, "Are you guys gonna like reissue it?" And like, probably,
maybe.
It was like,
no.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. Even like especially if you want to do something with like creatively, passionately, I highly recommend it. It can be a little sad. At times.
and uncomfortable and cringy. No, cringy in like in the way that's like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening right now. I'm getting like uncomfortable about it. You know,
like, you get really uncomfortable with the fact
where it's
that
like something's going wrong. You know, with the prototype or something. You know,
like someone won't sign a contract.
Yeah,
and that's a huge part of the movie. Like, and it's just like him. Yeah, Phil Fish is. Yeah,
not cringing like the meme sort of way, but like actually like cringe-inducing.
Like oh god,
because it's just like, oh god, please make the pain stop, you know?
Yeah, it's I would recommend watching it, especially if you're like.
I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, what'd you rate it?
I gave it 4.
I think I gave it a 4.5.
Okay.
I think maybe.
It was a very good time.
Loading. Oh, loaded.
Recalculating.
4.5.
4.5. Gotcha.
So check it out if you can find it. It'd be cool if they did a sequel, like with like guys from Cuphead.
There'd be like more of a there'd be less of like a struggle though, because like before there's a stark contrast between before and after they like get the for me Meat Boy is like the heart. Meat Boy is like the heart of it. For me, at least, because like it's them, like it's a success story, you know.
Yeah, it would have been a very different film if it didn't.
Yeah,
we're homeless now.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to think what indie games. I think Cuphead would be a good one because it's a very unique one.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Hand drawn animation for a video game, but or like I guess Bendy and the Ink Machine, but that's a lot of FNAF. Yeah,
the lore.
That's a success story.
Yeah.
Like, I made this thing while driving to my friend's house.
Really?
Basically. Like he's or something like I don't know. I'm not a FNAF guy.
I'm not a FNAF guy either. I used to be.
Oh, do you listen to the fan songs?
No, I don't. I was a fan before any of that shit hit. You know.
Oh.
I was a fan before.
But that's the true fans. Listen.
I dropped out. I was just like, this is stupid. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah. Just check it out, especially if you want to do something creative. Hopefully, it'll talk you out of it, or make you,
either make you reconsider, or it'll drive you even further to do it. You know,
or just be a doctor.
Yeah.
Or
mom wanted me to be a doctor.
Well, too bad, ma. I make games about penises. Deal with it.
Yeah. Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
This was also your pick.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
So Dark Crystal takes place in a different world. A long time ago, almost like in a galaxy, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Stop it. You stop it, sir.
But basically, there's like the there used to be like it used to be fruitful, and there used to be like everything, all this cool stuff was happening. Then the well, I mean,
they're partying every night. They're snorting cocaine off penises. It was great.
But then the
aliens,
there's a crystal and it gets cracked, and so for 1,000 years it's like the world is in ruin, and there's two factions: the Skeksis
and the Mystics.
The Skeksis are basically the evil version of the Mystics, basically.
Yeah.
And they look like they have beaks and stuff, but they can't fly. They're featherless rodents, basically, with beaks. And
more reptiles.
Reptiles, like reptiles. Bird-like, yeah.
They're gross.
They're just disgusting. And Mystics are just really old. And I feel like
they're just old men in wheelchairs.
Yeah, they're just old men. And I feel like it needs prefacing that this was done by the Jim Henson Studios, basically.
Yeah.
It was directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz, who voiced Yoda.
Yep. And Miss Piggy.
And Miss Piggy. And yeah.
Oh, Kermit.
And so I said this, like, I said it before, like, this movie's one of a kind because it's just like one of those movies that there's the Great Muppet Caper, there's the Muppet movie, there's all those Muppet movies. Labyrinth, yeah, but it's like this is the one where it's like all of them are puppets.
Yep.
There's not a single human in the movie.
Well, there's some wide shots of like little people in costumes.
Well, I mean like implied humans,
right, like human characters.
Yeah, human characters. I mean.
There's just puppets.
There's just puppets. That's what's really cool about it. But like this other creature, was it Gelfling?
Gelfling.
A Gelfling, Jen, is sent on a journey to pretty much retrieve the crystal, bring it back to the castle, and restore balance to the world.
Or destroy it.
Yeah. And so, no,
it's a pretty Gelfling along the way.
Yeah.
and her disgusting dog thing.
Yeah.
It looks like a
What's his name again?
Fizzgig.
Fizzgit.
He looks like a furry Pac-Man.
He does. He reminds me of our dog Biggie, where like he's just like.
And they also meet Olgra.
Olgra, the one-eyed wench, I call her.
Who's just she doesn't care.
She just does not give a fuck.
Well, a great line she has is like beginning, end, it's all the same. Like she just like. So, I as we established last episode, I like to go down different kind of holes. I like to
different rabbit holes.
Yeah. So I went down the Gelfling hole.
Really? Oh yeah. God.
Yeah, got right up in there, right in the hole. So Jim Henson always wanted to make his own like Lord of the Rings epic fantasy.
Okay.
And then he saw this art book where like the mystics come from a painting someone did called like The Troll Under the Bridge or something, where it's like it just looks like the mystics with like less arms.
Yeah.
He's like, bless you.
Thank you.
He's like, that I want to do that. So he brought that guy on board to design everything.
Oh, cool.
And he had enough money from doing the Muppet Show and Sesame Street and all that.
So how long had the Muppets been going on for that? Since that point,
I want to say the Muppets were like in the 76.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm not.
I'm
not a Muppets guy. I'm a Dark Crystal guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
there's a difference.
There's a big difference, sort of. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna make this like a dark,
epic fantasy movie.
Yeah.
There's like a grindhouse aura to the movie.
Right.
And I say that because like there's just like this graininess about it. There's like this dirt and ruggedness.
Yeah.
It's very, despite the fact that it's being grandiose, there's something very humble about it.
Oh yeah.
And that there's no fast paced action. It's just like the characters are kind of like going through a trek, going on a journey on Odyssey to like retrieve the hero's journey, basically.
Yeah.
It's basically a hero's journey.
It's like here's the thing where you were kind of laughing at this early on is like early on where some of like the dialogue's really weird, especially from Jen.
Yeah, I didn't care, but I was just like I'll chuckle every now and again.
Or like my favorite line from Jen is he's about to go on the quest. He goes, "I'm not ready to go alone." All right, alone then.
All right, alone then.
Because I guess he needed that 5-second pick me up. But Jen and Kira almost feel like little kids on a quest.
Yeah, you don't want anything bad to happen to little kids,
Well, and one gets stabbed in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, people die in this movie.
Yeah, it's not mortality in it.
I remember there's a funny. The best part watching this was a scene where so the girl Kira lives with these pod people, like podlings.
Yeah, podlings.
And they're having this party, the canteen scene, kind of like, yeah, we're all dancing, we're having a good time. Giant bug monsters come and start killing everybody and taking them for slaves, and you're like, oh my god! It's like, yeah,
You had like a big grin on your face.
Garthams. They're like, those guys are like big beetle things, crab. I don't know what, but they're badass. They're like tanks. Yeah, I will say one thing I know is that Jim Henson was never happy with like the Gelfling puppets.
Oh really? Yeah, I guess I can see that a little bit.
Especially, I think Kira's okay.
They're a little bit unemotive.
Yeah,
but
that was the big thing from him.
That was the big thing, but given everything else, it's like it's forgivable, Yeah,
and but aside from like the Gelflings looking a little awkward, everything looks
pretty good, good, like fucking amazing,
Yeah, the sets, I don't know how they did that.
I further cemented this in my mind. It further cemented it in my mind that 1982 is like one of the best years for movies in recent memory.
Yeah, you said that. Well, what else came out in that year?
The Thing, E.T. Let's see here, what else? Dark Crystal. It was. I feel like there's other stuff in summer of '82 specifically that came out that I can't think of off the top of my head, but it was just a great year for theatrically released films that especially sparked imagination or dread, depending on.
I mean, dread can be imagination.
Yeah, imagination can be sometimes fearful, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's
Speaking of fearful, there's a scene where the emperor turns to dust.
Turns to dust, yeah.
That's also. I remember Noah was like, "Oh my god!
Oh my god!" That like, the effect was so. The effect was so cool too.
And it just goes on and on. It's like
the effect is really cool. I love the. It's like it's just again. There's that grain to it.
Yeah, I don't.
There's know. That low. There's something about it. Not like a low budget, but like
it's definitely not low budget.
Definitely not low budget because that scene where the solar system kind of display.
Oh yeah,
I was like my brain couldn't register as real, you know.
You're about to pause it to go get your phone from upstairs, and then you saw that and you're like, oh wait, hold on, I gotta sit down for this.
Yeah, because my phone was on the charger upstairs. I was like, oh, I'll get my phone. Nope, I gotta watch this.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's the home of Agra, and of course, like as soon as he gets the crystal shard, the beetles come and destroy everything.
Yeah, it's like no, my home.
Get out.
Yeah, get out.
Poor Agra.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's. I guess we should explain the plot a little more.
A little bit. I don't know, like what. Okay, so what exactly happens at the end?
So the whole plot is that Jen gets a crystal shard and he has to like
return it,
put it back in the dark crystal because the crystal used to be like a crystal of truth.
Okay. And
it cracked, and then aliens. Yeah, there's aliens in this movie. They separated from each other, becoming the Mystics and the Skeksis.
Okay.
He doesn't know that. They don't know that at all. But then they find this. So after it's hard to explain. It's the most basic plot you could possibly think.
It is. It's the basic hero's journey.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
No. I love this movie. But yeah. It's weird. I don't know. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. There's a show. There was a show.
There was a show, yep.
On Netflix called The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. And it was the greatest show ever made. And they canceled it. So I know a lot of...
I know a cliffhanger or something?
Yes.
Oh,
like the biggest... Dude, when I saw that cliffhanger, I was jumping in the air like, fuck yeah. Canceled it. I can't tell you the rage I felt that day.
Oh, no.
When I looked at my phone and my friend Parker sent me like a screenshot of the article.
Uh-huh.
No. I was about to murder somebody. The day the show won an Emmy, they canceled it.
They canceled it? Oh, my God.
Where I'm going with this is that... So Jim Henson had a lot of like backstory notes on what the world is.
Okay.
Like the fact that the world's called Thra.
Okay.
They don't mention that in the movie ever.
Uh-huh.
It's called Thra. I don't know why they never mentioned it, but
it's like Earth but backwards, a little bit.
I guess. Yeah. I think it just sounds cool.
Okay.
But like, because in the show you see like the Gelfling civilizations, how they're all like faction different, kind of races almost, and it's just sorry. Don't mean to make this a tangent about the Netflix shit.
That's okay.
But that's a big part of it.
Big part of your experience with like this franchise.
Yeah, it was the perfect prequel. It was perfect.
We were this close. It's like the guy in Rogue One. We were this close to perfection.
And
we were this close to greatness.
They can't even like make it at a different streaming service because Netflix owns the show.
Oh,
like they own the rights. That sucks. It's like just one more season. You could have finished it in a season, maybe. But they didn't.
Oh.
All the puppets were made.
Now they're rotting away in a warehouse somewhere. Sorry about that vision.
Breaking my heart. Breaking my heart, bro.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of our show, you got to go like hashtag Save Dark Crystal.
Save Dark Crystal. Hashtag Save Dark Crystal.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, but...
How long ago was that? Was that like 2021 or...
Yeah, like early pandemic, I think. Or maybe it was 2019, I want to say. But, because like... So, my mother, grew up watching this movie. Mm-hmm. She wrote her own fan fiction down on paper, which is adorable. But I remember when that show came out, like we were going nuts for it, and it was gone.
Oh no,
gone from our grasp. But yeah, and if you want to get more Dark Crystal stuff, there's a great like sequel comic about what happened afterwards. Like
gotcha,
how the two main got married and like repopulated the species.
Oh okay,
and like there's like new fire gelfling or something. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'd dabble in that, but I feel like the movie's enough for me.
Yeah, the movie, maybe the show. I highly recommend the show.
Yeah.
If it ends on a goddamn fucking cliffhanger. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, audience. But yeah, The Dark Crystal. I remember watching this when I was like little.
Okay.
Like I
what,
had the
4?
VHS of it at my house.
Yeah, you showed me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like I don't think I was scared by it. I was never scared. I was just like.
You're just kind of mesmerized by it a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, pretty.
Yeah.
And like, one thing I remember really liking like the look of the Dark Crystal, like the actual.
Oh yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. That was so long ago, but I remember Fizzgig. I was scared shit. No, there was one thing I was scared of, and it was Fizzgig, the dog thing.
Oh really?
Well, the first time you meet him, he was like, it's a jump scare. Like there's a
big
hole.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I love when what are those creatures called that like work for the Skeksis?
Oh, Garthams.
Garthams. When their eyes are like purple and they like illuminate the blackness and like surround Jen, or I believe or Kira.
It's like a cave. It's Jen.
It's a cave, and they surround Jen. It's like crazy. I love that stuff.
It's just clever filmmaking. Great.
Yeah, it's just great filmmaking.
Mm-hmm. It's great cinematography. I feel bad for the people who did this to the Skeksis though, because
really?
The way they did that. It is the same as Big Bird, where it's like a guy
where it's like with his so they had to have like one hand free basically.
Yeah, and Skeksis are a lot heavier than Big Bird. So I was like, oh, you poor bastards. And I think the Mystics too was the same kind of thing.
I like the scene where they're in the boat and
the boat
because that's just like it's impressive like puppetry, you know.
And she's singing and he's playing his little weird flute thing.
Remind me of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which is another Jim Henson thing.
Yeah, you said that. I don't know what that is.
I need to show you that sometime. It's fun.
Okay.
My dad grew up on it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, the Dark Crystal. What a weird little thing.
Yeah, it's a little piece of history, you know.
It wasn't I don't think it did that well at the box office.
You told me that. It came out around Christmas time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I'm sure people thought, "Oh, Jim Henson.
That's
the Kermit guy." Yeah. And it was like,
you showed me the fucking early Kermit commercials.
Oh, the coffee commercials. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Are you drinking Wilkins coffee?" No, and he just shoots him in the face. He's like, "Drink Wilkins, or I'll shoot you."
I'll shoot you. This has been a public service announcement. And I never grew up with Jim Henson, but I feel like I might have been missing out somewhat.
I grew up with Dark Crystal, and
that's enough. I need to grow up with Muppets.
I knew the everybody knows the Muppets.
Everybody knows the Muppets, even though they've never seen a single frame of the show.
I remember.
Ginger, no.
Yeah.
What, the Vincent Price one?
Oh, that's a good one. We're like, how do you do it, Vincent
Price? Well, Kermit. Well, Kermit.
I can't believe so many people went on the Muppet Show. Like there's like
Kermit the Frog was a guest host on TCM.
Was he?
They had like a little like chair for him. Yeah.
That's sweet.
It was so cute.
Kermit's great.
Yeah.
We got Dark Crystal, man. It's
just something
magic.
else, man. I said it again. I said once, I'll say it again. It's one of a kind, man.
One of a kind. It can never happen again.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Well, we could have had it again, but
they canceled it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. That's just one of your big.
At least we're getting season 6 of Stranger Things. Want to see another season of fucking Stranger Things?
I wonder.
They play Dungeons and Dragons again.
I wonder if they're gonna beat the monster by having Elle hold her hand out and scream at it again.
Oh my god! Are you gonna play 80s music? I think they're gonna play 80s music, guys. So they're gonna see Dawn of the Dead in theaters.
Welcome to the Stranger Things hate show. We're gonna be talking about how much we hate Stranger Things. We're gonna be talking about how much we despise Finn Wolfhard.
Finn, what's wrong with Finn Wolfhard?
No, I'm just joking.
He's on Smiling Friends. Don't diss him bad.
Yeah.
Or, hey guys, let's watch the episode where like there's a mall at this very small town for some reason.
Like Ridgemont High, guys.
Don't remember the 80s?
They go see David Dead, even though David Dead was a huge fucking flop. Okay, whatever. It's fine. What would you rate Dark Crystal, Ben?
Fucking Stranger Things. But I did not expect this to take this turn. I like the first season. The first two seasons
were pretty good.
But then even then, it's still kind of ruined now.
Yeah. ugh, it's whatever.
I give it 5 stars.
Nice. I give it 4.5.
The movie, not Stranger Things.
The movie, yeah.
4. Why not 5, Noah?
I don't know. It's just maybe.
I'm just.
Okay. Do I need a reason?
Do I need to kind of crack? All right. I was trying to do a gag about crack my knuckles, but it didn't work very well.
4.5 is great, dude.
I know, but it's not what it should be. Speaking of ratings that shouldn't be that low, Batman,
Mask of the Phantasm.
Brett's gonna kill me. Brett's gonna gouge my eyes out with his teeth.
So I feel like a good majority of people have heard of, or I have at least
heard of Batman.
I have at least heard of Batman the Animated Series from the 90s.
Yeah,
by Bruce Timm
and Paul Dini.
Yep. And it's got all the iconic voices for it. Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, among others. What's it? John Carpenter's like ex-wife. Adrienne Barbeau. She was Catwoman.
No shit.
So yeah. And so it's got everybody's like, all the voice actors are great in it, but basically I believe after it's like its first season, its first collection of episodes, which ultimately became like the first season, it was never like really like
right.
It was never like that until it was like put into a collection called The Volume. After that set, they just released a movie,
Mask of
the Phantasm on Christmas, I believe, of 1993, and it didn't do great. It wasn't a success really.
No.
At the time, I believe 1992 was when Batman Returns came out, and then I believe 2 years later. No. I believe then during that time, it was Batman Forever that came out in like 95, right? Like. So it was sandwiched between like these two very divisive Batman movies that were much more notable because of the fact they were live action. There's just like this little animated movie.
Live action's better than animation, bro. Get with it.
It's valid. Get real.
Get real. It's a real movie.
It's a real movie. It's not cartoon shit. But ultimately, what happened was like that movie became like more mature than the movies that followed.
Yeah.
Honestly.
There's no Jim Carrey grabbing his crotch in this movie, or Tommy Lee Jones.
Does anyone else feel like a fried egg? A flock of freaking Freud's. I kind of like Batman Forever. It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
It's a
romp.
Piece of crap.
It's a bad movie, but I like it.
Tommy Lee Jones being recasted. Let's take out the black guy and replace him with Tommy Lee Jones. Who needs Billy D. Williams? We got Tommy Lee Jones. Who hated Jim Carrey. For you didn't like him. I don't.
And then Batman and Robin came out, which is obviously the best Batman movie.
Oh, of course. I mean, George Clooney. George Clooney is back as Batman in the Flash movie.
Batman was retired theatrically until Batman Begins in 2005.
When Nolan came in and just revitalized it
for his own kind of like 3-part story.
Right.
And that was a huge deal, but. There was this, the little movie the little movie that could, Batman Mask of the Phantasm that has gotten a resurgence lately.
Yeah,
because people are arguing that's the best Batman movie, and I have to agree.
I don't.
We'll get to that.
God, Brett's gonna fucking murder me in his sleep.
So I think we should start with the plot. So basically, these group of criminal these gang leaders are getting off by this entity known as the Phantasm, and the blame is being pinned on Batman for a time.
Wait, hold on. Do they ever use the name Phantasm in the movie?
No, I don't think they ever do.
Okay.
So this entity, this guy who basically like from a distance looks like Batman, and basically Batman's trying to figure out like who this person is while he Old Flame from his past flies into Gotham basically to kind of I don't even know, like just like to like retread her own grounds basically.
She's not related at all
to the Phantasm. Nope. New villain, new character, not at all related.
Not the same thing.
But he's starts to use his great detective skills to find out that they may be connected.
Even though I figured out the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I looked over and I was like, is she the Phantasm? And you go, yeah, she is. Because it's like, who else could it be?
Well, it's like it's
the Joker the whole time.
As the audience, we know because we these new characters. There's a new character like every week on the Batman series.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no way you could possibly know as a character within the fictional realm that she is the Phantasm.
Yeah.
But the movie cuts back and forth between him trying to just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, with him and Andrea Beaumont, her name, basically
banging.
Basically like falling in love, but then then Bruce Wayne feels conflicted about just like, because initially he had chosen to go on down the road of becoming Batman, or like at least becoming something like Batman. He didn't have the Bat persona. He didn't have the Bat persona yet.
He was a guy just a guy who fought crime.
Yeah, and he had second thoughts about becoming the vigilante that he was destined
I want to be happy. Is that I
want to be happy. Is that so much?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. God hates Bruce Wayne, but
it kind of does.
But her father is in debt to these gangsters. Trying to like figure that out, and that tears them apart eventually.
Well, because he
initially proposes, but then like she has to turn down for unknown reasons at the time. Initially because like they think like he thinks that because she and her father moved away to Europe.
Well, they technically did.
But her and her father,
right?
Yeah, which
they ran. They
pretty much they booked it from the gangs from the.
We don't have the money, even though we could just ask your fiance to give us some money.
Listen, man, I think he just didn't want to tether other people in gang stuff,
I'm sure. I mean, they don't have to say where they got it. They can just say, "Hey, we found the money."
That's true, I guess. I don't know.
It's like, "Hey,
I feel like that was
Bruce
just like,
Wayne, if we don't get the money, these people are gonna like stab your fiance to death."
I don't know, man. It's just like, it's not. It's more about the stylistic choices than like the story.
Listen.
It's not supposed to be super complex or like I know it's a plot hole, but
it's not. Here's the thing. Here's the thing we know as guys. Guys are stupid.
Yeah.
So he's probably doing it out of like his own honor,
his own ego or his own honor. Yeah.
Well, also
he doesn't want to beg for money. You know?
Well, here's the thing. He has the money.
Yeah.
He's just tied up in investment, so he has to go and like.
He has to wait for the banks to open up and actually wire them money.
But that'll take weeks, and he has a day.
He has a day. Yeah. And so
I guess he goes to like wait for the money, but he just never gives it, and then. But then Joker kills him.
Yeah. Basically, it's sold out by his financial advisor, his up-and-coming financial advisor.
Who's trying to...
His legal advisor.
Yeah, who's trying to bang his daughter.
Who's
like the slimiest guy. He's the slimiest character you could possibly think of. He has slick back hair. He's basically like Patrick Bateman.
A very pathetic Patrick Bateman.
Which is also Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
He's also very pathetic.
And so, it is, yeah. So Batman... Well, the Phantasm is killing off these gang members, these gang leaders, and this one head mobster hires the Joker to kill Batman because at the time he thinks that's Batman.
Right.
The Joker kills him, and I love this because like in the show, they were told like the Joker cannot kill people.
Really?
Yeah. They were like there was a limit. They just like they couldn't have like actual like deaths in it.
That's lame.
Yeah, but then they're like, okay, let's give him a fate worse than death. Let's give him a permanent smile and like make him comatose. A fate worse than death.
But in this film, he does kill people.
Yeah, he does kill people. I feel like it's because it was more of a theatrical thing, so they're allowed to do that more. There's
a lot of like. Not gruesome, but like
they're not gruesome, but they're implied gruesome.
It feels more like one of those old
grotesqueness.
Yeah, like
it feels like an old EC comic sometimes.
Yeah, but also it feels like the Spirit almost
Spirit, yeah,
like really old detective comics,
yeah,
DC. But it's like someone's fucking pushed him in a grave and crushed him with a tombstone.
It's awesome. It's like a creep show when it's like
where
Ed Harris gets crushed by the tombstone in the grave in the unburied grave. Yeah.
By the way, spoiler for Creepshow.
That's like happens in like the first 20 minutes.
Well, maybe that was a big spoiler for the first 20. You don't know. Or like the guy who, the Phantasm didn't. Okay, the first kill by the Phantasm, the guy just like drives off a building and crashes into another building.
That's on him.
Yeah, that was not the Phantasm. That was just a happy accident for the Phantasm.
Yeah.
He was like, Who else did the Phantasm kill?
The other guy, like the guy who visited the gravestone.
No. So like, is the first guy the gravestone guy gets pushed, and was there one other guy?
The third guy. Yep.
Who was the third guy?
I forget his name, but Vlestri. Vlestra? Yeah.
Is that the
guy with the oxygen tank?
No, that was the Joker who killed him.
No. I'm talking about like. Well, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any other guys though.
Oh.
I think that's it.
I thought there was one more. Oh, maybe I'm just misremembering it.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, the big twist is that Andrea's the Phantasm.
Andrea's the Phantasm.
And the last gangster on the list is the
Joker. Yeah, before it became the Joker. Yeah. And
I thought the Joker was supposed to have an identity, or
well, they don't explain how he got kicked into it. They don't even give him a name. You know, he's just a goon. You know. In
the show, they give him the name Jack Napier. I remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's like a file and it says real name Jack Napier.
Oh, really? Do you know which episode that was?
I think it was the one like the Joker. He gets like road rage and he takes the guy's wallet and the guy changes identity.
Oh, okay.
But the Joker still finds
the Joker's favor or something like that?
Yeah, and I think that's where they give him the
name. Is it the one where like the guy threatens to kill Joker with a bomb?
Is it?
I think it is. The guy with the road rage, like he pisses off the Joker.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I love that episode.
Yeah, there's like a file you see like real name Jack Napier.
I think that's just like an in joke thing because it's like represents the Burton movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Other than that, I feel like there's so many Joker's died so many fucking times in the show that it's just like he's died in Batman, Superman, the team up movie. You know, he's died in Return of the Joker. He's died in Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker.
Well, I mean,
twice.
Oh yeah, he gets shot.
No, he gets shot.
The flag.
In an alternate version, he gets electrocuted. That's the one I grew up watching. And then his personality in
it's a chip.
Tim Drake gets destroyed by the chip by electrocuting the chip. It's a good.
Spoilers, by the way.
Spoilers for Batman Beyond, by the
way. Yeah, I like Batman Beyond.
I love Batman Beyond too.
That was great.
No, yeah, but
the episode with Freeze with Mr. Freeze.
Yes,
that's the best.
That's a good
episode.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah. But Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm is just an example of combining the best elements I feel of Batman. Mm-hmm. It's not too serious. It's not overly goofy like Adam West or something like that. It's just like I feel like it's a concoction.
Joker's the goofy part.
Yeah, because it's when that enters, like he's like, oh, meatloaf again. Oh, I had it for lunch.
He's like, want to go and get the electricity going? He's gonna fuck the robot.
He's gonna fuck the robot. And he like grabs her ass and then pulls off a piece of it.
Yeah, I was like,
so funny.
Puts it in his
pocket. Yeah.
Like,
Mark Hamill's great. Gene Siskel, the film critic, was like, I don't like the Joker's voice. It's like, okay, Gene.
Good old Genie boy.
No, I feel like it's just a concoction of the best elements of Batman. That's why I feel like it's the best Batman movie, in my opinion. Yeah,
I'm scared to say because I feel like Brett's gonna come out of a closet and stab me to death.
You're fine, dude. Just let it out.
I liked the movie.
Yeah, that's fine to just like it.
It felt like a feature length, like an episode of the show, like feature length. Mm-hmm. But I think there's better episodes to watch.
Yeah, it's not like the best. It's not like the best Batman story ever. I feel like it's just the best way it's been presented.
I don't know.
I like the Two-Face episode. I feel is better a little bit, but I feel like this delves into like the This delves into like the psychosis. It delves into the psyche of Batman a little bit more, where like he had a chance to be happy, but it fucked up and.
He didn't fuck it. That was
I didn't say he fucked up. I didn't say he fucked up. I said like.
Yeah, but I'm saying like my big shock was like.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like, we're not getting married. Like he fucked it up, but no.
Uh-huh. But no, it just fucked up. Your dad fucked it up, you know.
Yeah.
And
their dad's fault.
Just like it just kind of shows that he's destined to be Batman a little bit, and how it sucks, but
it's so.
It sucks that this had to happen. It's kind of like the way Uncle Ben has to die. It's a canon moment.
Oh,
it's a canon event.
Oh, Jesus, why bring that into this? Someone's gonna make a meme out of like the Batman canon event, but
Miguel O'Hara shows up. Like it had to happen verse.
I'm gonna say something. A few things that you're gonna kill me.
Okay.
All right. Audience, if you hear the audio like go weird, It's because Noah jumped over the table, knocked the microphone, and started strangling.
Just lay it on me. Lay it on me.
The score.
You did not like the score?
I liked it, but same with Oppenheimer. I feel like there was parts it would have been better if it wasn't there.
Okay, fair enough.
For example, there's a great scene where like Batman goes to his parents' grave and he's like, "Is it so wrong for me to be like?" He gives this whole kind of mini...
I didn't count on being happy.
Yeah, that scene was great, but if it was just the rain, like no epic choir, I feel like it would have been more impactful.
Okay.
There's a few other moments, but I love me a choir. Like an epic. They sing Latin a lot, and I love it.
Yeah.
Latin, love it. Another thing is some of the voice performances, like the line deliveries, could be a little...
I would agree that, like, 5% of the time they're not great.
Yeah, like
they're not as good as they could have been.
Most of them was Kevin Conroy, which, like, a lot of his... Well, not a lot, but, like, a few of his lines were, like... Why didn't you get a second take of that?
Yeah.
Like, that was a little...
When I rate a movie as highly as I do, I don't do it with the intention of implying that it's perfect, you know? I like people like, you know, people are kind of like are sticklers about that where it's like 10 out of 10. It's just like, you know, it's just still flaws and all, you know?
Spider-Man was good. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10.
Let's not bring Adam into this.
Let's not bring Adam into this.
Leave him alone.
Okay,
you leave the poor horse boy alone.
Horse boy. But yeah, no. Those are valid arguments to like bring Batman Mask of the Phantasm down a few notches.
I will also like some of the animation. Like I feel like if this is the movie, it should have had like some of the animation was a little wonky.
Okay.
But I feel like they could have.
I feel like they were working with what they were given. You know.
Yeah, that's the like I don't know the. I did not go down the Batman hole on this one. I didn't go down his hole.
Yeah. You didn't go down Batman's hole?
No, I tried to. But
you were trying to scour the depths of the Batcave, but you couldn't find anything?
I couldn't find his hole. But, so, I don't know the backstory. Like, I don't know if... I think I heard this was supposed to be like a straight-to-video release.
Okay, and then they dropped into theaters.
Yeah.
So, honestly, this could have been like, wow. I wish I could have seen this in theaters, though, dude. This would have been awesome to see in theaters.
I do know that Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert's review was after it came out. And you're like,
yeah, and after it came out.
Yeah, we skipped this. That was a mistake.
That was a big mistake. Go see it.
Go rent it.
Yeah, from your local Blockbuster or Family Video. I don't know.
I'm just imagining like a Blockbuster commercial.
Blockbuster commercial with Siskel and Ebert.
Like, yeah, this place is gonna be around forever.
It's like they're picking out a movie, or like picking out like Cries and Whispers, like the newest like Bergman movie or something.
Yeah, Sabrina Sasquatch.
They're like arguing. It's like guys, are you paying? Are you paying? Just rent a movie already, or like it's like are you paying together or separate? And they're like separate, and they like pull out different cards. Fucking love that show. It's you know, I disagree with them a lot of things. It's like I do agree with them on some stuff. So
they both love Ed Wood. I agree with that. But Phantasm, I don't know. I feel like I should like it more, and I'm scared because I feel like Brett's gonna murder me.
Well, you like other Batman stuff though. You love the Tim Burton version.
That's my favorite Batman.
Yeah, that's valid.
I stand by.
You like? Do you like the Batman? Do you like Matt Reeves' Batman? Or?
Yeah,
I love that one too. Yeah,
I will say that's thing about that's what's perfect about Tim Burton is like it's dark, but it's not
overly dark. Yeah,
it's like even Matt Reeves. Like I love the Batman, but even it was
it's more like a noir detective story.
Yeah,
because even that has its moments of goof.
I've seen that before. Like it's like. I don't know. Tim Burton's a nice combination of like Adam West and Joker murdering people. It's got a nice balance.
I feel like my problem with Tim Burton's Batman, the reason I give it like 4 stars, is because it is great as much as I love it. It feels like a film filled with compromise. Really? You know what I mean? It's just like they had Prince in there, you know. Even though I love the Prince.
Well, the Prince music works because it's not Batman. It's Joker.
It's Joker.
Only Joker plays the Prince. And I'm not a huge Prince.
I'm not a huge Prince guy either, but
like
just felt like sometimes it was like, okay, sometimes there was a lack of understanding of the character. Sometimes there was like a lack of understanding of
Batman.
Of Batman, yeah. He's just an insane man in a bat suit.
I don't agree with that at all, man.
Really?
That's what's genius about the Tim Burton film.
He's just a crazy guy in a bat suit.
No. It's not from his perspective.
It's from the perspective of people.
Vicky Vale.
I know it's
so we're figuring out more about
Batman from the outside perspective. I get you.
You don't need to know we all know Batman's origin, but like he's as mysterious to us and Vicky Vale
because they're finding out along with okay.
Like they kept Batman mysterious even from the audience.
I'm not the biggest. Yeah, that's true. I never like. Well, I always like heralded that as like I feel like that's both like a strength and a crutch sometimes. But I'm not a huge fan of like when for example, it's just like I compare this with Phantasm, where it's like, okay, it's delving more into his character. They're two different breeds though, I guess. Yeah. So there's some flaws in Batman 89 that I just can't overlook sometimes. I don't really care for the fact that it was the Joker that killed Batman's parents. It works fine
Dance with the devil
in the pale moonlight. It's what I ask of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
The moment I get married, I'm gonna say my vows. My vows are gonna be. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? That's it.
But no, I love Like I once mentioned on Letterboxd that like I was watching Batman '89 and crying. Like it was that impactful to me.
Wait, like Batman Tim Burton?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's like insanely insanely important movie to me. Yeah. But I just can't give it any more than 4 stars personally. Really? But no,
that's the perfect Batman. Like it's all the different aspects rolled into one.
I don't feel like it's all the different aspects. It's like if there are all different aspects, it would have included like the reason why Batman became Batman.
Yeah, it does. Include some. His parents get shot in the face. Like what else is there?
Well, there needs to be some sort of like there's the build up. There's like the build up from Batman Begins. There's like the build up in like year 1, the story, the graphic novel Batman Year 1. Where like
year 1's the whole time it's just build up. Like
no, that's what I mean. It's just like the man. If you're gonna like, it's not really everything. I feel like it's more like one perspective of Batman from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
Because Tim Burton didn't really read comic books, even though he says the contrary.
He read The Killing Joke.
Yeah, but that's probably the only one he's read. I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the faithfulness can be a downside too. Mm-hmm. Like if you're too faithful, then it's like there's nothing new. But because at the time, like people thought Michael Keaton was a bad choice for Batman.
Yeah, and then like they proved him wrong immediately.
Because Keaton is the best Batman. I will fight.
Best on-screen Batman, I feel like is Pattinson.
Brett, come fight me. Do it. Come fight me,
Brett. He will fight you for defending Michael Keaton, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. He loves Michael Keaton.
Because
he won't attack you for having an opinion.
That's what you say. We never know. But I like the idea where Batman's like a mystery even to the audience. Mm-hmm. He's just
all right. That's fair enough.
Gargoyle that fucking bangs hot reporters.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. People have gone as far as saying it's a bad Batman movie, but I'm not. No,
I'm gonna tackle them.
Like they say, like it's a good movie, but like a bad representation of the character. Mm-mm. I say it's just one interpretation that you can choose from. That's all.
He stole my balloons.
Why did I tell me he had one of those things? Bob Gunn.
Jack Nicholson. He's the best Joker.
Do you have anything more to say about Batman Mask of the Phantasm?
I didn't think it was gonna be that short.
Yeah, it was an hour and 16, man.
Yeah, you were like, this movie's short, and I was like, it's not that short. And I was like, oh shit, this is short.
Yeah.
I guess I wish it was longer.
Okay.
Because I felt, so that one slimy guy who's trying to bang his ex, Patrick Bateman guy.
The Patrick Bateman guy.
Did he die?
He was just like suffering from Joker's stuff.
That's
the toxin.
I forgot
the Joker
about
toxin.
that. That's right.
He lived, but like definitely not.
Well,
you're gonna have a fun time from that experience,
I forgot that was him because his hair wasn't slick back.
Oh, really?
His hair was just man.
Yeah.
I didn't really who is that?
Who is it?
Oh, that's the douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Phantasm. I love the design of the Phantasm too.
Oh, the Phantasm is great.
He looks like, or she looks like kind of like a statue almost. Like
yeah,
a
knight. Like a gargoyle, like you mentioned before about Tim Burton Batman.
And like a
little like sickle, a little bit of kind of like a sickle.
It's Gigan's claw, basically.
Gigan's claw from Final Wars.
Yeah, I was like, that's Gigan's claw. And what was the smoke? Was that ever explained?
Never explained it.
Well, there's like the residue, because Batman was talking about he found residue on the car windshield and the grass.
But like how she's able to disappear though is still a mystery.
She's rich.
Yeah.
Whatever.
She's been training her whole life too. Not her whole life, but for some time though. 10 years.
She can stab a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phantasm.
Yeah. What would you give it?
I gave it a 3.5. Brett, don't kill me, please, please. I have so much to live for, Brett. Please.
For context, one of my friends, Brett, is like a huge Batman fan. He's
gonna murder me.
He and I fucking love Mask of the Phantasm, dude. So
they're gonna kill me in the night. I know
it's fine.
I'm gonna wake up and like my organs are gonna be.
I swear, when he won't get. I'll take away all the sharp objects when he's a guest on the show.
Oh, Brett's cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. But I give Batman Mask of the Phantasm a 5 stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like an asshole now.
First 5, I feel like I've given on the show. I think.
Has it?
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't you give one to Dig Figures? I remember you gave that a 5 stars, didn't you?
I gave it 2. I feel like I would give it even less now.
Did you give it like an 18 out of 5 or something?
I gave it...
Something like that?
Somewhere around 18 out of 5.
Wait, no. Bravo? You give Hugh Bravo a 5?
I gave it 4.5.
How about the Dazed and Confused?
4.5.
I'm trying to... Didn't you... I'm trying to think of all the episodes we've done so far. Did you?
I gave The Fog a 4. I gave
Plan 9.
Evil Dead a 4. I gave it a 2. Enthusiastic 2.
Yeah. What's the one with the baby and the samurai guy?
Oh, Lone Wolf thing. Shogun Assassin. I gave that a 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess this is your first 5.
Yeah. I'm going hanging this shit out, man.
I could have sworn. That's gonna bother me now. Did you give Barbie a 5?
Also for updates, I actually upped Evil Dead to 4.5. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that again.
Watch it this Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Oh, Halloween! We got some stuff. We got some special stuff planned for Halloween, man.
So this is our last episode before back in school.
Back in school, and we start up on hopefully weekly basis.
Yeah, because I love doing this, but I don't like the. I like the drive. It's just
I can imagine the drive is not. Yeah, you gotta pay for gas.
So
it'd be cool when we can actually be in the same building. You know.
Yeah, we're just gonna let's just watch.
Let's watch some fucking movies and talk about them the next day.
How about the next episode's movies? You want to announce them?
Yeah, announce them. Let's do it. The Terminator, RoboCop, and Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, it was okay. So here's a quick story. So at first it was going to be RoboCop, Terminator, and Avatar, the James Cameron film. But I was but my friend from work, where I work currently, they were shitting on me for a whole day.
Wow.
Non-stop, because I've never seen Napoleon Dynamite.
It's a movie that you're either going to love or you're going to be alienated by. It's one or the other. It's nothing in between.
And this coworker was quoting it the whole day. I was I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's the time machine, my give me some tots. I was what the fuck are you talking about? Are you hot? What is this?
That's so...
Give me some tots. No. Or
Napoleon, give me some of your tots. No, I'm freaking starved. I didn't get to eat anything today.
See, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I watched that movie since childhood. So.
And I want to watch it because I always watch his other film, Libre.
Oh, Natural Libre? It's directed by the same guy. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, I've always been curious. So, next episode's going to be... I have the tradition continued of a really random movie along with
it's not it's random among Napoleon Dynamite, yeah.
RoboCop,
the Terminator, Napoleon Dynamite.
Isn't there a scene where Napoleon has a time machine or something?
Yeah, he has a time machine. He's this piece of crap doesn't even work.
And
he attaches it to his crotch and he's
oh, does he?
Yeah, he electrocutes himself in his crotch.
Yeah. And my coworker was like, "This time machine sucks." Like, what?
This piece of crap doesn't work. I could have told you that.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see that because I don't even know what.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, looking forward to that in September.
Yeah.
First weekend of September. Hell yeah. Gonna be recording that.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
Back.
We're back again.
We're back in the New York groove. We're back in the New York groove. Yeah. Yeah.
See you in September.
Bring back Dark Crystal show, damn it, Netflix.
Bring back Dark Crystal, baby.
Dark and Bone, but bring back Dark Crystal. Do season 2.